He's under that, vying to crack the 100. Let's go.
The harmonious 100. It's the new goal. It's on top of the vision. The 2030 vision is big, but who are the harmonious 100?
Who are the harmonious 100?
Like
the Forbes Fortune 100. They just made that a thing.
That would be cool, actually. That's a big vision.
And the criteria is just how much money they make.
Yeah, but they're all
gross. It's just a leaderboard on a metric that I don't know is the greatest one. And so we have the harmonious 100, and they have several different criteria.
You know what they say, more money, more problems.
Welcome back to The Ether, the show that disrupts the way you think about running your business. Join me, Brandon, and my co-host, Sean Delaney, the creator of What If, on today's episode. Our goal is to provide context around what we talk about so you have the clarity to cut through the noise and the confidence to grow and run a truly harmonious business. Let's jump in and take the next step to achieving business freedom.
So I'm not up with the times, as they say. So during that intro, I had to look it up. Who said mo money, mo problems? It was Notorious B.I.G. Never listened to his music. Not really from my time. Sean, are you familiar with the guy?
Yes. What is from your time?
I don't know. I don't watch anything. I don't watch movies. I don't listen to music. I'm useless. I'm just here helping narrate this podcast. So that's what we're here to do.
Like, what's a contemporary musician for you? I mean, this is very frustrating for me that I'll make cultural references, musical references. We use that a lot in What If, and it is just, he doesn't.
But I have the Google machine at my fingertips, so I can clickety clack and find these things out.
Which I cannot do.
See that?
Which is why you're here. I just had a very interesting conversation with one of our luminaries in the WIC, Renee Rebar, sales expert for all. I was going to say to the stars, but to all aspiring stars. And she was telling me, well, you need to do this, and this, right? We're all in the vein of us working on our own ubiquity score or marketing score. She's giving me all these things to do, but they're all tech related. And she mentioned some app or something. I'm like, yeah. She goes, you don't know what that is? I go, no. And she goes, well, what? And I said, that's why I'm not doing it. She goes, well, why aren't you? I said, these are Brandon questions. You know what you're doing right now? I'm sure it's great, but you're just throwing bananas at a chimp. I don't know. I know what they are. I know the things that are coming at me. I love them, but I don't know what to do with them. I don't know why, and I don't know why you're throwing them at me. You're throwing bananas to a chimp. Let's get Brandon in here, and he does better with the clickety clack with the apps. That's why you're here. Anyway, it was a humbling experience, but also like I know. Okay.
So then let's clickety clack. That kind of segues into today's conversation pretty poorly, but we're going to make it good anyway. So we're talking about time freedom. A couple episodes ago, we did an episode titled "Time Freedom is a Math Equation and Why Most Don't Solve It." But we're back on this because things are changing in the business world, and everybody we're talking to says something about how either they're too busy, they don't have enough time, they're spending time in the wrong areas of their business, or they're just, they don't even know what to be doing with their time. They say they want more leads because then they can buy themselves out of time, and it's this whole jumbled mess of a backwards approach to business.
Here's the real thing. It's not right. The topic is time, but it's not. It's what we were talking about before we came live, which I love how Brandon does randomly when I'm in the middle of about to say something that, my kids once asked me why I go to confession so often. And it's like, what could possibly have, and I said, when it's been frequent, I just say, I offended a lot of people. And they say, but did you? I go, I'm sure that I did. Brandon records me now a lot. So, and sometimes he just clicks live. I'm sure I've offended people. Usually intentionally. let's say always intentionally with my, okay. So let's back up. The real thing is a lot of clients come to us, and how frequent would you say, Brandon, someone comes and says, what I really need is X, and we ultimately agree that what they really need was X?
Never. Well, it's funny because I don't know if we've mentioned on this show, but I've seen it. I've brought this up on Harmonious at Lunch and with some of our clients. Every time somebody takes the bad, they come presenting some symptom, we'll say, if you treat this like a doctor, right?
Yes.
And every single time I say, okay, that's fine. We take the bad, we go through the results. It is never, like literally 0% of the time has somebody identified the true area of the root cause of their problem. So 0%, Sean.
So imagine how often we're talking to the doctor's offices now out there. I'm quite sure you love it when someone comes to you self-diagnosed with 15 pieces of, maybe they didn't print. No, they probably just pick up their phone and go, look, see, I told you have this.
I went on WebMD and this is what it says. I have cancer.
I have this.
You have a splinter.
Oh my God. We just pump the brakes for a second. So same thing. They come to us and say, I have a time management problem. So we never accept any statement for what it is until we ask questions. It's what we do. One of the main things we do is ask disruptive questions. A lot of how would you know, and if this then what kind of questions. So I need more time. Well, time is not even a real thing, right? It's just the observation of change. Well, we got kids in the room.
We have a kid on the podcast.
We have kids deciding things happen on their time frame, and all things are relative, right? So dad's been in there a long time. Why? Because I wanted something to change faster than I was observing it, and so I feel stressed. So anyway, so people say, I need more time. Okay, you're not going to get more time. So you have time. So it's a time allocation problem. But why are you unhappy with your allocation of time? Because also some people say, well, I have a work-life balance. Great. We'll give you, if I gave you another hour in your day, where would you spend it? At work. Okay, so we've had people that said to me, I need more time. Why do you need more time? So you can spend more time at home? Oh my God. They look like a trapped animal. No, I don't want to spend more time at home. I like this. And I want to work more. Okay, so you want to work more. So there is no more time.
Yeah, that one confused me when I was actually caught off guard in that conversation, because I said they came to us saying they wanted time freedom. And I said, okay, so if we like reduce your time by 50%, we have a program that does that guaranteed in 90 days. If we do that, what are you going to do with it? And he was like, well, I'm working 50 hours a week. I'm cool with that. I would just do more work. And I was like, wait. You want me to save you 50% of your time, but just fill it back with more work?
Yeah. So if you'd spend more time with that work, then you're enjoying that work. So you gotta, again, it's a time allocation problem, but it's that you don't want to allocate it on some other part of your life. And you think, if I work more, I will make more money and pay to get rid of yard work. I can have babysitters for the kids. You're trying to pay off some of the other jobs that need to be done in your life. That is not saying you need time freedom in your business. No. What you're saying is, I have an efficiency problem in my business because I need to earn more money here, because you're not going to, the guy said every waking minute I work, and I'd like more of that. You can't have more hours. You just can get more efficiency from those hours then, because efficiency, not, I want to spend time over here with my family. We need to be more efficient, because you're saying you need more money here to fund a lifestyle choice. You want to spend time here to earn money to buy it back from life's obligations. Totally fine. No judgment. But that is what you're really asking. And so then we need to do that. It's one of the only times that I say, okay, yeah, you need more leads, more efficiency and more leads, because this guy's trying to churn more money through the system. And so, because a lot of times they will come to us and say, well, marketing's such a big thing. I need more leads. Okay. Do you need more leads? Do you need more conversions? Do you need more because you really want to, you have capacity to pump through this? No. Oh no, I'm working myself to death. I mean, I hate this business so much. So I figure if I just get more in, yeah, I'll work harder and probably die, but I'll get more in and then I'll have more to, but then I'll make more money and then I can hire someone to do some of this stuff. Okay. So no. You have an aversion to the places you need to allocate your time inside of your business, and you have no way to delegate it yet. So then that's a different problem. We can extract the pieces that you don't need to be doing altogether, that no one needs to be doing. Get laser focused on the activities that you are doing that are the most generative of revenue. And then make sure that we're hiring the right kind of person at the right rate in order to take over the stuff so that you know how to delegate it right. But there's so many other needles and threads to pick at there before it's a right. But it always presents as, Doc, my left arm's numb. I guess it's a heart attack. Well, there's 18 reasons why it might be numb. And what are we really trying to achieve here, right? So yeah, it's very interesting that also when you look at all the problems that entrepreneurs have, they all can get, especially 7 to 8 figure entrepreneurs in that transition from beginning to 7 transitioning into 8 and then 8 to 9, right? I mean, giant leaps there, but you can all bring them down and say the feelings are very common.
The same, I would argue.
Right? I'm super stressed. Well, I mean, there's just like 3 basically across, right? I'm super stressed, and here's the reasons I think for that. I'm exhausted, and here's the reasons I think for that. Or I'm just, well, I'm confused, and I'm getting tired of this kind of thing. And then there's the I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, I want to extricate, or I cannot get change fast enough because I don't exactly know what to do now that I'm clear. And then 3 is, now I'm losing momentum, steam. I'm either the only one here, I'm alone in this, or I can't get everyone else on my speed of change, and therefore my energy that I'm pouring in to get everyone, no one's running as fast as I am. We're a 6-person team running, and we're all tethered together, and I'm in the front, and these bungees are getting stretched out because I'm pulling. That's wearing me down. And so, but then they all manifest as, I'm super stressed, I'm confused, I'm alone, I have decision fatigue. And they think then the answer is more leads, more money, conversions, work-life balance, because this thing that funds everything sucks so bad. So I want to be able to spend as little time with it and be somewhere else, or be able to get rid of it. Or I love it there, but why isn't it funding me other places where I get equal enjoyment to this thing? Because I do have a life outside of it. Now, if you're alone inside of it, it's a rare person. I'm talking to like 1 person right now. I'm alone inside of it. I'm single. All I want to do is work. I just want more money through that. Yeah, let's talk marketing all day, all day. That's it. All right. But all the others, everyone else fits into those other places where either things are not great enough there so that they want to spend more of their time in their business. I'm avoiding it. I'm avoiding something in my business. So that's why I'm coming to you, because I'm avoiding a pain that my business gives me. My business itself gives me, because it's not doing what I need it to do. It's not fun enough there that I feel equally, and I don't need work-life balance. I choose when I spend time with my family and when I spend time with What If, and they are both equally additive to me. So I want to spend as much time with each so that they're effectuating their purpose and they are satisfied, those two interests, family and business. Yard work is a suck on the joy from one of those two things. So I would rather pay someone to do that. So then I go, yeah, I wish I had more time. For what? I don't want to do that. Yeah, okay. So you just mean get rid of that. As opposed to, I wish I had time freedom. They say that. Oh, what do you mean by that? The ability to float between two things you equally love? No, to not spend time here because I want to spend time there. That's not time freedom. That's I attach myself to a thing I do not like. So much so that I'm going to someone else to say, how can I spend less time with that thing so I can spend it over here? How about we could get you out of that thing, or we could make that thing not as bad to spend the time with it that you need in order to effectuate your purpose, because you haven't just shut the damn thing down for some reason. Why? We're funds my entire life. Oh, we're quite wealthy. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So then sell it or no, it's everything. I thought you said you hate it. I hate it. I hate it with every minute. Okay, well, so then we need to fix that part. It's not time. I think it's time. But that's kind of a big bucket that you can play in all those dimensions.
Yeah, well, that's thoughts. That backwards approach is usually how people try to grow and get their time back, which I think is interesting because when you step back and when you explain it, it makes complete sense. But what people don't realize when they're in it is, I heard one of my favorite authors, Mike Michalowicz, use the analogy one time. It's like saying, we lose a penny on every unit we sell, but we make it up in volume. It's like just adding more leads to a problem and making it bigger is only going to make that problem worse. And we think we can buy ourselves out of it. But yeah, if you have a time problem,
have destroyed themselves, who have gone out of business because they got too good.
Yeah, and that's the result, because you haven't fixed the root problem. As a matter of fact, I'm not naming any names, but I have a bad review later today, as of the recording of this podcast, where this is the exact situation. Now, this person is luckily smart enough to realize that it's not a more leads problem. It's actually an order problem. So their Serenity score is 21 out of 50 because they're overworked, maxed out, and at the center of basically all decisions. And they have a big company. I mean, they have employees, they have people who can handle the responsibilities of delegation, but everything still funnels through them. Their order score and operate are also relatively low. They're in the mid 30s. So their ubiquity score is 48. So we don't have a lead problem. We don't have a sales and conversion problem. We have a delegation and business model problem. This is an operating problem.
And that's one of those ones. I love them when they come and say, I need you to improve my score. And we say, I need you to stop doing what you're doing. What do you mean? Stop doing what you're doing. Right? Hey, this gate, this seems to be letting in a lot of water. It's getting pretty high. Can you swim? Nope. Should I keep turning it? Shut it off. I can't shut it off. Shut it off. Shut it off for a second. Shut it off. Fix the drains, obviously, but yes, they get my point.
Yes, we get the point. So here's what I'll do, because if you're curious about any of the things we've just been talking about, I think it's valuable for you to get the inside scoop on this and to actually take the assessment we're referencing so you understand what these scores are and what they mean. So I'll put it on the screen. It'll be in the show notes as well. If you go to whatif.com, you can take the BAD. That's our business architecture diagnostic. I told you I have that review later, so you do get a complimentary review if you're interested. And we'll dive into the results and pick apart your business, see where that real root cause is. But I'll just tell you this. We have never, I have never, Sean can speak for himself, never run into a situation on one of these review calls where the problem was more leads. All of the businesses we talk to in this context, they are, like he said, the 7-8 figure, upper 6 figure, 7-8 figure revenue businesses. and you have things that are working, they're in place. It's just some kinks here and there, if you will. So yeah, if you're a new business, you probably need more leads. But if you're an established running business, you have a team, you have people, you're growing, but that growth is kind of plateaued, it's not more leads. And I'll prove it to you. Take the assessment, go right there on the screen, take it, and I'll show you where the holes in your business are. Sean, have you ever come across that?
Never, not once ever. When they need leads, because they haven't figured out. It's not even a lead problem. Then it's an offer problem, a ubiquity problem. There's all kinds of other things there. It's not really that. And no, from the 7 to 8, 8 to 9, it's never a leads problem. They might be getting a skew of their original mission and vision and now what their offers are, but it's not leads. It's not those pipes. It's all the other stuff. And the issues are buried in the other 9 of the 10 disciplines that are in the bad. Take it. Our gift to you.
I'll give you a personal example, and this is from the business that I sold last year. When I made the jump from 6 to 7 figures, which at the time was nearly doubling the company over the course of a year, I actually served less clients than the previous year, and we had almost no new leads. What we did was double down on our existing clients and the experience and the services we were providing to them. So that's one out of a bajillion businesses, but it's a good example of how if I approached it as a lead problem, like we're talking about here, we would have been busier, but way broker. So I'm just asking you to look at it from a different angle. And
you focused on the 20%. You focused on the 20% that gets you the 80% return.
That's what we did.
It works every time.
What we did. That's right. So go take it. Enough of us talking. We'll see you next week on the Ether. Thanks for watching. Make sure you are subscribed.
Yes.